Hello there everybody, so Butter9 and welcome back to this freaking game that crashed on me. Yes, in the last episode when I solved this, it went to a cutscene and then the game actually crashed, so... Also, I solved this within 43 moves. I'm not going to go through the process because it went through a lot of trial and error, I wasn't even on camera, and it's just one fucking big headache. But anyway, let's just hope that this game doesn't crash. Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What do I do next? Just be quiet and watch. Say it's moving already. Don't crash. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna save immediately after this. Oh, God. Thank you. Awesome! The Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to. And lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over by the fence. Good. Let's just go then. Hey! Eh? God damn it, Santa! Okay, what's in it? A key and a gun! A golden gun! Okay. Yeah, that's not ominous. Well, I mean, true, but there's also the possibility that somebody else could suddenly take the gun if they notice that you left it there, you know? Fair enough. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't think any of us have any desire to let him control us. Oh fuck, we're gonna take the key. Huh. A rusty key. Maybe I could use this. Where would I use it, though? Oh, that's right, there's a... Do we come out of this door? Let's just put this key in here, and yes, sounds like it did. Yay! Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go! Okay, let's go through the door, damn it. Yes! It's opening! Hey, what the hell is it doing on ADV screen? I did not wish for that. There. Much better. The hallway that left the cargo room headed straight toward the stern. Junpei and the other three proceeded down it silently. Why the hell does it keep switching to ADV screen? Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be.
ここは例のエレベーターの前だな。
さっきは左側のエレベーターから降りてきましたよね。
Yeah?
その後6の扉を開いて蒸気機関室へ。
さらに貨物室を通過し、
そして今、もう一度ここに戻ってきたと。
つまり U の字を描くようにあっちからこっちへと回り込んできたってわけだ。
Junpei approached the elevator.
降りるときはカードキーが必要だったが。
ここには、それらしい機械は見当たりませんね。
ここからでは動かせないということかもしれないね。
とりあえずボタンを押してみたらどうだ。
そうだな。
Gently, he pushed the triangular button on the wall. A moment passed. Oh! Okay.
動いた。
Clearly. The elevator door opened and then eventually shut again.
動きましたね。
Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator.
動くならいいじゃねえか。これで自由に行き来できるようになったんだろ。
どうする？一度 C デッキに戻ってみるかね？
いや、通路はまだ先へと続いてるみたいだ。戻るとしてもそっちを調べてからの方がいいだろ
う。Fair enough.
そうだな。行こ
う。Their decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later,
ここまでみたいだな。
Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped.
ドアが1枚だけか。
Oh, good. A single door. They searched around just in case.
他に進めそうなところは見当たりませんね。
Well, let's jump in. It was the door or nothing.
よし。開けてみよう。
Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up. 9! Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made out of red paint. Its door was set into the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. He grabbed the door handle and shook.
No,
of course not. The red sat on the wall next to the door. Displayed on it, Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last, they'd found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel.
Huh?
He spun around, and couldn't believe what he saw. What is it? What is it? What? There's two? Junpei's voice was barely audible even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner. Why the fuck are there two 9 doors? Wait, does this mean we have to create 2 groups whose digital root equals 9 each? In order for us to all get through? Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself. It was Santa who answered.
どうしても何もない。最初から2枚用意されてたってことだろ。そもそもゼロは9の扉は1枚しかないなんてことは一言も言ってないんだからな。
You have a point.
脱出するための出口は船内のどこかに隠されている。
If you look at the way it's worded, seek a door that carries a 9, not seek the door.
探したまえ。9と書かれた扉がそれだ。
にもかかわらず、俺たちは勝手に思い込んじまってたんだ。無意識のうちに、9の扉は1枚しかないってな。
そんな。しまった。ゼロにしてやられた。9の扉は2枚あった。ってことは、最初に大階段に集まった9人は、全員で脱出することができたはずなんだ。9人のバングルナンバーは言うまでもなく123456789これを4人と5人のチームに分けたとき、片方のチームの数字根が9になれば、もう片方のチームも必ずその数字根は9になる。
But both Snake and the man of number 9 are, well, we know number 9 man is dead. That also means possibly Snake is also dead.
例えば1278と34569、どちらも数字根は9だ。例えば2349と15678、他にも組み合わせはたくさんあるが、どんな場合でも結果は同じだ。一方の数字根が9なら、もう一方の数字根も必ず9になる。これは一体何を意味するのか。簡単なことだ。つまりノナリーゲームとはそもそも初めから9人全員が助かるように設計されたゲームだった。
The nonary game was designed to save all 9 people.
そういうことじゃないか。
But then the number 9 man...
しかにゼロは嘘はついていない。9の扉は1枚しかないと一言も言っていないからだ。それでも閉じ込められたプレイヤーたちは当たり前のように争いを始める。一方のチームがもう一方のチームを裏切り欺き、どうにかして引き落とそうと試みる。場合によっては血が流れることだって、殺し合いが行われることだって。そうして生き残ったプレイヤーたちは最後にこの部屋へとたどり着き気づくんだ。9の扉は2枚あった。殺し合いなんてする必要はなかったのだと。
There is no need to kill each other. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt at what they'd done.
そういうゲームなんだ。このノナリーゲームというもの、幸いなことに俺たちの間では9の扉の争奪戦は行われていない。だが一歩間違えば俺たちだって狂気に取りつかれていたのかもしれないんだ。
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine.
で、どうするよ、順平。
A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
おいおい、しっかりしてくれよ。
悪い。
ったく、それでどうなんだよ。
どうって。
考えなきゃなんねえだろ。この先どうするべきか。
俺たちのバングルナンバーは1356で、その数字根は6。
だがそれだと9の扉を進むことができね
No, we can't.
4人ではって、まさか。
え。そう。3人でならたった一つだけ9の扉を進むことができる組み合わせがある。だから聞いてんだよ。どうするってな。
それは。
It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. That would mean...
いや、ダメだ。引き返そう。
That wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed.
だな。
私も賛成だ。紫君を置き去りにするわけにはいかない。
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
い 私は別に。
June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears and her legs shook.
いいんだよ。お前は何も気にしなくても。
Thank you. Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which three people could go through the
ギ
door.
ャロー3人で脱出するくらいなら海の底に沈んだ方がマシだ。ひょっとしたら織姫様に会えるかもしれないしな。
それを言うなら乙姫だろ。
ああ、そっか。
Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled.
純平君。
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
とにかくさっきのエレベーターに乗って C デッキに戻ろう。もしかしたら四つ葉セブンヤシロの3人が1の扉の探索から戻ってきてるかもしれない。
Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation.
合流したとしても、7人。
Ace knew it. They all knew
だか
it.
らここに留まっていても仕方がないだろう。まずは他の3人と合流してなんとか打開策を見つけよ
そうですね。
う。さあ行こう。
Remember, there's also the possibility that Snake is still alive, I think. I'm still going with my initial theory that somebody used the body of the ninth man again, okay? That's my personal theory that I'm thinking right now, that somebody had used the body of the ninth man to fake Snake's death. Ace looked at all three of them, then turned and headed through the door.
はい。
Santa and June followed. Junpei started toward the door, then stopped.
そういえば、この部屋は一体何なんだ。
It didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly was it?
9の扉のことばかりに気を取られていて、まともに。
This is a very odd room. Kind of reminds me of one of those churches, I think. A red carpet ran between two columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
何かの色章みたいだ。
Kind of does, doesn't it?
でも一体何？
Facing the 9 door was the carpet leading to the bow of the ship. And at the end... Was it an altar, perhaps? There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Is that a coffin? Oh, resting on top of the platform was a coffin!
棺。どうしてこんなところに棺を。
But before Junpei had time to answer that question,
おい、順平何やってるんだ早くしろ
Santa's voice echoed in from the hall outside.
ああ、わかった。今行く。
Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room. What the hell? Somebody's in that coffin. They took the elevator up to C deck. Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long.
俺は。
セブンにアシロじゃねえか
They didn't look happy.
困ったことになった。
四つ葉がいなくなっちゃったの。
Great. Where the hell is she now? Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and
いなくな
Lotus.
ったって。どういうことだ。
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to
い
ask.
つ
どうして。
君たちは四つ葉と一緒に1の扉に入ったんじゃなかったのか。
Seven and Lotus responded as best they could.
確かに一緒に1の扉に入ったよ。
でも、四つ葉はほとんど口を聞いてくれなくて。
ずっと単独行動を続けてたんだ、あいつは。
1の扉の先には合計で4つの部屋があったんだけど。
最後の4部屋目にあいつは入れてくれなくてな。
Wouldn't let you into the fourth room.
この部屋は私一人で十分だから。
そう言ってドアを閉めちまったんだ。
内側には何かつっかい棒のようなものまでされていて。
ところが待てど暮らせど四つ葉は出てこねえ。
声をかけても返事はなく。
そこで俺はドアを蹴破ることにしたんだ。
すると
中はもぬけの殻だった。
四つ葉の姿はなかったの。
正面の壁には一枚のドアが。
そのドアは開け放たれたままになってて。
And?
おそらくたった一人で脱出しちまったんだろう。
もちろん私たちはすぐに彼女の後を追ったわ。
だがご覧の通りだ。
四つ葉は完全に行方をくらましてしまったの。
Junpei thought for a
そ
moment.
れはいつのことだ？
俺たちがここに戻ってきたのはついさっきのことだ。
そしたらちょうどタイミングよくあなたたちが現れて。
ということはこの大階段の周辺以外はまだどこも。
ああ、調べてね。
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
よし、それじゃあ手分けして四つ葉を探すことにしよう。時間がない。早速だが捜索開始だ。
All right. There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. Where the hell is she?
いませんね。
念のためシャワー室も見ておくか。
シャワー室？
あそこには四つ葉の兄貴がいる。もしかしたら会いに行ったのかもしれない。
June bit her lip. She knew as Junpei did that there was only one thing to see in the shower room and it wasn't
とに
pleasant.
かく見るだけでも見ておこう。さあ、行くぞ。
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame.
まだ入れるな。
セブンさんのおかげですね。
Yeah, it's kind of a lifesaver. Junpei and June slid through the door, moved down the hallway, and stepped into the shower room.
確か。
そうみたいですね。
June's voice was faint and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
しかしひどい匂いだな。
Let's get the fuck out of here. The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten the lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
念のため奥の方も見てくる。
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed through the divider, heading around. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
ないよな。
As he'd expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body lying in a reddish-brown puddle of dry and drying blood.
どこにいるんだよお前の妹は。
Junpei whispered to what was once Snake. What once was Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course, as there was no way he'd get an answer. He gave a deep
し
sigh.
かし本当にひどいありさまだな。顔なんて原型をとどめてないし、左腕も骨が飛び出て。待てよ。
The bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white. Ulna.
骨。
The pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory.
お兄ちゃんの左腕は普通の人とは違うの。
I fucking knew it!
事故の時に大怪我を負って。
そうだ。そうだよ。どうして今までこんな大事なことに気づかなかったんだ。
I fucking called it! Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was prosthetic, but the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse...
俊平くん？
June's unsure voice at Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
すまん。待たせたな。行こう。
Somebody better pick up that phone because I fucking called it. Junpei and June headed back toward the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They had reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei! Murasaki!
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
何かあったのか
Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air. Oh, and by the way, because I forgot to do this, what?
一等船室のバスルームで
Excuse... All sound ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone, and she collapsed against the wall. He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place.
四つ葉なぜだどうしてこんなことに
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse. No breath. But she was still warm, and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, that is, were it not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced its source to her back. A gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover smile. Her innocent smile. Her energy. He would never see her smile again.
嘘だろ
He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
これを紫
Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom. Great. Just... It was a foolish question, and he knew it. Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom.
しばらく休んだ方がいいほらこのベッドだ座れるか
She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there.
死体の第一発見者は
俺だよ
Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
どうしてこの部屋に
決まってるだろ四つ葉を探すためだするとバスルームの中に彼女俺は慌てて部屋を飛び出しみんなを呼んだカジノバーの脇にある階段の上そこから声を放ってなおいみんな来てくれ大変なことになった一等船室のバスルームださあ早く俺はそれだけ告げてもう一度バスルームに引き返した一宮サンタヤシロの3人が飛び込んできたのはそれから間もなくのことだだがいくら待っても順平と紫が姿を現す気配はなかった そこで俺はお前ら二人を探すべくあの階段を駆け下りていって、あとは言わなくてもわかるだろう。
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
セブン、一つ気になってることがあるんだが、聞いても。
なんだ。
お前、この部屋の探索を終えて脱出したとき、ドアの隙間に譜面のプレートを挟み込んでたよな。あれはなぜだ？
だから言っただろ。ロックがかからないようにするためだよ。
Right.
いつでもこの部屋に戻ってこれるように。って、お前まさか俺のこと疑ってんのか？
Me personally, no. Not really.
さあ、どうだろうな。返答次第によっちゃ、容疑者の最有力候補にもなりかねないぜ。
ったくよ。
Seven sighed and shook his head.
仕方ねえ。ついてきてくれ。
There were two doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
そこは。
ああ。
Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured toward a small box. The box was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei.
理由はこいつにある。この金庫だ。結局部屋から脱出するまで俺たちはこいつを開くことができなかった。だがもしかしたら中に何か重要なもんでも隠されてるかもしれねえだろ。
See, me personally, I'm pretty sure Seven had a good reason to doing that.
そう思うと気になって仕方がなくてな。ひょっとしたらいつかどこかでこいつのダイヤル番号が判明することになるかもわからねえ。そうなった時にわざわざ表の5の扉を開くのは面倒だ。だから出口の方の扉に譜面のプレートを。あった。
ああ。
Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
まあ、開かないよな。
It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it. There was one change, however. Just underneath the shell safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder.
サビだ。
Junpei stared at it, considering.
ここにサビが落ちてるってことは、誰かがこの金庫の扉を開いたってことは。
Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom. It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and depressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there.
何か手がかりはないのかよ。犯人を突き止めるための手がかりは。
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
あのドアの向こうは9番の男の死体がある場所だったか。念のため調べておくか。
I bet you the body's not there. Quietly, he pushed the door open. Or pushed, yeah. The smell hit him like a blow to the face.
なんだよこれ。匂いで頭がおかしくなりそうだ。
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, turning what little food was there into a violent froth. Ugh. It was too much for him and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile spattered onto the floor. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. The pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. On the floor, next to the broken mass of the man's head, lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. Okay. The bloodstains near them had already dried, like scabs on the floor. Wait a minute. That was when he noticed.
バングルがなくなってる。
Oh! Oh!
間違いなくメガネの脇に転がっていたはずなのに。
But now, the bracelet was gone. It was gone. That number 9 bracelet was gone.
どうして
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice.
あれ順平の野郎どこ行っちまったんだ。
It had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway.
ああ、いたいた。通路の方を調べてたのか。
Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
何か見つかったか。
He thought for a moment before he
い
responded.
や、何も。
Junpei! Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything. In a way, in fact, that was the problem. Something he'd expect to find hadn't been there. The 9th man's
そ
bracelet.
れよりも、どうしたんだ。
ああ、ちょっと見てもらいたいものがあってな。
見てもらいたいもの。
Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom.
四つ葉。
As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
だよ、見てもらいたいものって。
His voice was hollow and empty.
もう一度改めて四つ葉の死体を調べてみたんだ。無残なもんだった。背中から一突き、ナイフか何かで刺されたらしい。
He's not as phased because I've already learned about his backstory about him being a police officer.
それと、こいつを見つけたな。
As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
なんだ。
What the? She was holding a piece of paper.
中はまだ見てねえ。現場保存は捜査の鉄則だからな。
Right.
と言いつつ、実は一つだけ拝借させてもらったものもあったりするんだが。
He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was more important.
広げるぞ。
He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it.
真実は去り、真実は去り、真実は去った。
Truth had gone, truth had gone, and truth had gone, and now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
ああ、真実は今、ユンデの闇に眠っている。
The hell's that supposed to mean?
なんだこりゃ。暗号か？
Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to decode the note.
暗号か。
The first clue is likely the phrase sinister hand. Sinister hand means the left hand, because in certain religions, being left-handed was supposedly a sign of being of the devil. Supposedly. So the reason I knew that is because I kind of got a lot of shit because I'm left-handed.
弓を持つ方の手。左手のことだ。
Eh?
左手。左手。左手には何がある？
Junpei looked at his own left arm, at the bracelet on his wrist.
もしかして、ユンデの闇というのは、この番
He examined the bracelet closely.
一番の左右についている流数らしきものか。左右。左手。右と左。真実は去っ
Truth is gone.
た。真実。去った。
Left and right, left and right, and left and right. No, left is Truth. Gone. Maybe those 2 words. Reading them backwards probably made no sense. We already tried reading it aloud. Switching the sentence around. How would that work? What else could gone in truth mean? Oh, shit. Let's see. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Okay, let's try switching it around. Left and right, and left and right. Oh, no, truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. The truth exists in the left hand. Okay, I wish I could have a hint here. I'm gonna go ahead and go with, what else could gone in truth mean?
英語にするんじゃないのか。真実は正しさ、真相という意味で解釈するなら、それを英訳したものはライトになる。一方、サッタは一語で表すとすると、まず真っ先に思い浮かぶのはレフトだ。
True.
去る。リーブの過去形のレフト。
Right and left, right and left, and right and left.
当然、ライト、レフトにはそれぞれ右左という意味もあるから、真実を右、サッタを左としても解釈できるな。
So right had left, and right had left. Junpei looked at the bracelet again.
バングルの左と右。もしかしてこの突起物か？こいつを
Press them in the following order. Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, right, left, right, left, right, left. I should have saved it. And then... What the... My number changed! One after another, 8 numbers flashed on and then off the face of Junpei's bracelet. He checked one more time to be sure. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
1、4、3、8、3。
Where's my notebook? Okay, thank God, it's right behind me. Good. Okay. Okay, where's my... No, here's... Okay. I'm trying to open up to the page that I take all the notes here. Okay. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay.
あ？おい、なんだよ、今の数字は。
Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers in the order they came in if he said anything. Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed towards the bedroom. Is that the code to the bracelet? Oh, no, not the bracelet. The safe? Called it. Before long, he found himself in front of the safe again. Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers such as the ones he just discovered. Besides, someone had opened the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers that the bracelet had given him. Oh. Holy shit, it worked! A small telltale sign of a lock opening. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up. Inside was a piece of paper. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding. Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact number 1. The Nonary game was played once before, 9 years ago. Fact number 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. What? Snake? Fact number 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO, Gentaro Hongo, Cradle Pharmaceuticals Chief of Staff, Nagisa Nijisaki, Cradle Pharmaceuticals R&D Supervisor, Taraki Kubota, majority shareholder in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Kakichika Musashido. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. 0. Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, 7, and June. He looked at each one of them in turn and then slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest.
みんな、悪いがちょっと付き合ってもらえないか。
付き合う？
大病室に移動してもらいたいんだ。
どうして？
確かめておきたいことがあるんだよ。
確かめるって何を？
俺が思ってる人間が本当に犯人なのかどうかをだ。
犯人ってお前。
ああ、もしかしたら分かっちまったかもしれないんだ。
Holy shit.
誰がニルスと四つ葉を殺したのか。
The atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by attention like a strap of leather stretched to its limit. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. He pretended not to
とに
notice.
かく大病室に移動してくれ。すべてはそこで話そう。
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock in the main staircase. The bell rang 5 times, then ceased. We've only got an hour left.
時間がない。行こう。
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom.
さて、話を始める前に一つだけ頼みがある。
Junpei stopped in front of the door 3 and turned around.
一宮、セブン、ヤシロ、そこのレッドに手のひらを乗せてくれないか。
ん？
え？シャワー室に入るのなら向こうの数字の書かれてない扉の方から。
違うんだ。中に入るわけじゃないんだよ。だから認証を済ませたらすぐに扉から離れてほしい。
なんでだよ。
いいから黙って言うことを聞いてくれ。ニル
Okay.
スと四つ葉を殺した犯人。知りたくないのか？
Junpei's implication was clear and 7 understood perfectly.
わかったよ。
一宮とヤシロは？
いいだろう。
わかったわ。
Quickly, they pressed their palms onto the red. Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks shown from the red's display panel.
もしも、この装置が手のひらを乗せて反応する装置ではなく、
You don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it?
バングルが近づいたかで反応する装置だというのなら、直接手を触れなくても。
Okay. Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared. Just as Junpei had expected. It was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so as long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. And the door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well. It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity plain on their faces. Before long, the other 3 did as well.
何がしたかったんだ?
さあ。
Clearly, they were all expecting some
ありが
answers.
とう。ご協力感謝するよ。
Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
時に一宮、一つ聞きたいことがあるんだが、いいかな？
なんだね。
俺が誰だか、わかるか？
何を突然。
いいから答えてくれ。俺は誰だ？
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。順平くんだよ。
残念、外れた。俺は、サンタだよ。
Huh?
なんだと？
Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly continued.
今俺が着てるこの服はな、順平に借りたものなんだよ。で、順平が着てるのが俺の服。つまり俺たちは服を交換したってわけだ。
そんなバカな、ありえない。
俺はサンタじゃないよ。
当然じゃないか。
なんでだよ。どうしてサンタじゃないって思うんだ？
もしも君がサンタなら、さっきの4人では3の扉は開けないはずだ。
Wait a minute, are you taking advantage of the fact that he can't recognize faces?
1たす7たす8たす3イコール19。1と9を足して10。数字根は1になってしまう。
Also, I don't think I've ever seen that expression on Ace.
にもかかわらず、我々4人の認証によって3の扉は開いた。なぜか。それは君のバングルナンバーが3などではなく
5だからか？
Oh. Only then, when it was too late, did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at
その
Junpei.
通り。俺のバングルナンバーは5だ。
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone the bright red 5 on his wrist.
悪いな一宮。釜をかけさせてもらったんだよ。
That's a blue 5!
言うまでもなく、俺はサンタなんかじゃない。順平、当然のことだ。バカバカしいぐらいに当たり前の事実。ところがそのバカバカしいぐらいに当たり前の事実があんたには分からなかったらしい。俺はあんたにこう聞いたよな。どうしてサンタじゃないって思うんだ？するとあんたはこう答えた。もしも君がサンタなら3の扉は開けないはずだってな。
Oh.
普通ならそんなことは言わない。俺がサンタじゃないことの根拠として、まず真っ先にバングルナンバーの件を挙げたりはしないんだ。
No, it would be their
普
appearance.
通はこう答えるだろう。 たった一言だけ顔が違うってな。
But Ace can't recognize people's faces.
一宮、あんたは総合失認症を患ってる。
Junpei's voice was quiet and calm. He knew the truth, so did Ace.
総合失認症？
The others looked confused.
なんだそいつは。
さあな。
総合失認症っていうのは。
He heard Lotus begin to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them, then turned back toward Junpei and sighed.
わかったよ。認めよう。私は確かに総合失認症だ。人間の顔を識別することができない。だからなんだと言うんだね。君は人の障害を笑って楽しいのか？
No, hell no. I would never mock you for your disorder, Ace.
勘違いしないでくれ。笑うつもりなんかさらさらない。むしろ気の毒に思うぐらいだ。だが俺の推測が正しければニルスを殺した犯人は総合失認症である可能性が高いんだよ。
What? Ace's face tightened. His eyes narrowed.
何が言いたい？
Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping of one of the beds.
ズバリよ。一宮、俺はあんたが犯人なんじゃないかって。
Ooh.
そう思ってるんだ。
Oh boy. Junpei was suddenly very aware of 5 pairs of eyes on him. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath.
バカバカしい。何を根拠にそんなことを？
根拠は3つある。まずは今から数時間前のことだ。
Okay.
この大病室にある3つの扉を前にして、あの時俺たちは議論を戦わせた。その場にいた7人全員では決して先に進むことはできない。そこで犠牲となる一人を決めるべきだとヤシロが言い出して。
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Junpei glanced at her and
あの
continued.
時一宮はこう言ったよな。自分がここに残ると。どうしてそんなことを言い出したのか。簡単なことだ。一宮はシャワー室に転がっている死体を俺たちに見られたくなかったんだよ。
Ah.
一宮が一人でここに残れば残った6人は必ず7全員で先に進むとしたら3の扉シャワー室には絶対に入れない。そのことを一宮あんたは知ってたんだ。だから自分がここに残るなんてことを。
Ooh boy.
おいおいよしてくれ。君が私の勇敢な行為に対して嫉妬したくなる気持ちもわからないでもないが、だからといって私の美談までも貶めることはないだろう。私はただ自己犠牲の精神を持って君たちの命を救おうとしたまでだ。
Kind of starting to sound suspicious there, Ace.
自己犠牲の精神ね。
Junpei stared off into the darkness at something very interesting and lazily began to dig a persistent bit of wax out of his
あ
ear.
んたは知ってたんじゃないのか。どの扉を通っても最終的にはこの大病室に戻ってくることになるって。
何を言ってる？知ってるわけがないだろう。
そうかな。
そうとも。
Pleading was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled a piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it off into the darkness. Wow! Acting cocky there, Junpei!
まあいいだろう。根拠はあと2つある。俺があんたを殺人犯だと考えている根拠だ。その2つ目はさっきも言った通りあんたが総合失認症を患ってるからだ。
人の顔を識別できないような奴は悪人に決まっているか？
Not really.
それは偏見というものだよ、淳平君。
Pretty prejudiced, yes.
違う。俺はそんなくだらない理由で人を疑ったりはしない。
それじゃなぜ？
説明の前に一つ重要な事実を伝えておこう。シャワー室に転がってる爆死体な。 あれニルスじゃないから。
Mm-hmm.
なんだと？
Ace's face went pale. The others looked confused as well. If the body wasn't
四
Snake's,
つ葉から聞いたんだ。ニルスの左腕は人工的に作られたものらしい。ところが、シャワー室の爆死体。仮に SO とでもしておこうか。
Guy X.
その SO の左腕は間違いなく生身の人間のそれだった。故に SO はニルスではない。
そんなバカな。
Ace had started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. Junpei was long past
と
caring.
ころで、今仮に犯人が総合失認症ではなかったと仮定してみよう。その場合、犯人は SO はニルスではないということにすぐに気づいたはず。着ている服はニルスのものと同じでも顔が違うからな。一発でわかるだろう。ところが、どういうわけか、犯人はそいつを殺してしまった。なぜ？突如現れた見ず知らずの他人をどうしていきなり殺害する必要がある？一方、犯人が総合失認症だとすれば説明がつく。そいつは SO ニルスだと誤認し殺害に及んだ。
待て、待ちたまえ。100歩譲って私がその SO とやらをニルスだと勘違いしたとしよう。だがもしも仮にそうだったとしても私には動機がない。なんで私がニルスを殺さなければならないんだ？
Yeah, what would we be? Wait a minute, you have connections to Cradle Pharmaceuticals!
理由は2つある。一つはニルスがあんたの過去を知っていたからだ。
That's right! Snake was a survivor! And you have connections to Cradle Pharmaceuticals!
そのことをみんなにばらされてしまうのはまずい。いろいろと面倒なことになる。そこで口封じのためにあんたはニルスを始末することにした。二つ目、さらにニルスはあんたに対しておそらく恨みを持っていたはず。
Because he was one of the survivors of 9 years
その
ago.
ことを知っていた。それはあんたにとっては脅威以外の何者でもなかっただろう。いつ襲いかかって来られるかもわからない。そう思うと気が気じゃなかった。あんたは戦々恐々としていた。だから一刻も早くその脅威を払拭すべく、あんたはニルスを。
なあ、ちょっと待ってくれ。
For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone besides Ace spoke.
一宮の過去って一体何があったんだ？どうしてニルスは一宮に対して恨みを？
これだよ。
He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
なんだこの紙切れは。
Santa squinted at the paper and began to read.
ノナリーゲームは今から9年前にも行われたことがある。バングルナンバー2番の者は当時のゲームにも参加している。それを画策したのはクレイドル製薬 CEO 本郷源太郎。なんだよこれ。
Uh-oh. Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes met
ゼ
Junpei's.
ロからのメッセージだよ。一等戦室の金庫の中に入ってたんだ。
Then suddenly,
いい加減にしたまえ。
Ace's face was red and shaking, and his voice full of fury, tinged with
こ
desperation.
んなものはでっち上げに決まってるだろう。誰かが私を陥れようとしてるんだ。
私をって。
Junpei's eyes narrowed, and the trap began to close. Ace inhaled sharply. His eyes flicked off of Junpei to something, anything
今
else.
の発言によってあんたは自分がクレイドル製薬の CEO 本郷であると認めたことになる。
Oh! Oh!
間違いないな。
Damn, that is a good trap, dude! It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face, and as he realized what he'd done, his eyes went wide.
ああ、そうとも認めよう。 私は確かにクレイドル製薬の CEO 本郷源太郎だ。だからなんだと言うんだね。私は9年前に行われたノナリーゲームなんてものは全く知らない。その紙切れに書いてあることは全部デタラメだ。誰かが私を罠にはめるためにそんなものを。というか、そもそも。
Ace stammered as he tried desperately to work himself to a more tenable
純
position.
平君、君はさっきから私が単独犯であるかのように主張し続けているが、ここで今一度よくよく考えてもらいたい。一体どうすれば私はたった一人でニルスを殺せたりするのかな。
ニルスじゃない SO だ。
そんなものはどっちでも構わん。とにかく犯人はそいつを3の扉の奥へとぶち込んだんだろう。
ああ、おそらくな。
だったら私一人だけでは犯行は不可能だ。その SO とやらと私だけでは3の扉は開けないんだからな。
いや、開けるんだな。
なんだと。
Ace's face was tight and his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to
君
close.
や、実はな、お前が意識を失っている間に抜き取らせてもらったものがあるんだよ。
Oh?
ほら、この大病室で麻酔薬を注射して眠りに落ちたことがあっただろう。あの時のことだ。あの時、俺はお前の懐からこれを。
Junpei put his hand into his pocket.
まさか。
Ace's right hand moved. Junpei smiled.
かかったな、一味。その右手の動きが何よりの証拠だ。当
Oh.
ててやろうか。コートの内ポケットに何が入ってるのか。9番のバングルだ。
Oh my god, that would explain why it disappeared.
一味 SO9 番のバングル。これら3社で認証を行えば3の扉を開くことができる。
1 plus 2 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3.
つまり SO の殺害は一味やあんた一人だけでも十分に可能ってことだよ。その懐に収められた9番のバングルさえあればな。
Ace lowered his hand from where it had stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
白を切るならそれでもいい。バングルなんて持っていない。強弁したければそうすればいいさ。だがそのコートだけは脱いでもらおう。それが嫌なら力ずくでも脱がせるまでだ。なあ、セブン。
おい、任せろ。
Seven cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Oh dear. And the act has dropped. Ace roared with laughter. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. Then it stopped. His arms came down, his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. Oh! Oh my... Jesus Christ! His face was flat and cold, devoid of any
お
emotion.
見事だよ、純平君。
Okay, I was... Okay!
確かに君の言った通り、私は今9番のバングルを持っている。
You know, I wasn't expecting to suddenly come across this in all honesty.
入手したのは抜き取られたレッドの基板を全員で捜索していた時だ。あの時担当していた個室からで B デッキの一等船室へと私は向かったんだ。
His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored. as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
目的はもちろん9番のバングルを回収することにあった。このノナリーゲームにおいて9はオールマイティな存在。どんな数字に9を足しても最初の数字根は変わらない。
1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 2 plus 9 equals 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 3 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3.
つまり9はとても使い勝手のいい数字ということだ。
An unsettlingly powerful number.
その番号が割り振られたバングルを持っているだけでこのゲームをかなり有利に展開することができる。
Damn.
だから私はそれを手に入れるために一等選出へ向かったんだ。
Okay!
そして私は9番のバングルの回収に成功した。さらにそこで思いがけぬ収穫があってね。そう、あの男が所持していたナイフ、あれを手に入れることができたんだよ。
Oh my god, I just realized that is some severe foreshadowing of the knife actually killing the knife the Nightman used. Oh my god!
私はそれらを回収し速やかに一等選出を後にした。そして階段を降りて担当の個室へ戻りかけた時、私はニルスの、いや実際には別人らしいが、その男の後ろ姿を見つけた。どうやら大病室の方へと向かっているらしいと気づいた私はその男の後を追った。ニルスの服を着たその男は3の扉の前に佇んでいた。
So someone had Snake's clothing.
私は彼の元へ歩み寄り、その背中に向かって声をかけた。ニルス。男は振り返った。
Who the hell are you?
ほうけたように開かれた口からはいかなる言葉もこぼれては来なかった。意識が朦朧としているらしい。まるで無遊病患者のようだった。
Who the hell is this guy?
何か睡眠薬のようなものでも飲んだのだろうか。その程度の疑問は浮かんだがすぐに消えてしまった。その男のことを完全にニルスだと思い込んでしまっていた私はこう考えた。こいつは9年前のノナリーゲームのプレイヤーだ。
So you had intended to get rid of Snake. But for some reason somebody else had Snake's clothing, and because of your prosopagnosia, you couldn't even tell who he was.
もちろん顔なんて覚えてはいないが、目が見えないという特徴を考えればそのことは自明だろう。だとするとこいつは私のことを恨んでいるに違いない。にもかかわらずどうしてこいつは今まで私に何も言ってこなかったのだろう。接触を試みるような素振りさえ見せていない。目が見えないから私のことに気づいていないのだろうか。あるいはこいつはゼロの仲間か何かで私のことをたばかろうとしているのだろうか。いずれにせよ私の過去を知っている人間がいるのは脅威だ。こいつが何か仕掛けてくる前に処分しておいた方が無難だろう。
What the hell?
私はすぐに行動を開始することにした。9番のバングルをレッドにかざし、続けて自分も認証を済ませてから最後に男の腕を掴んで少々強引にスキャナーパネルへ。そして開け放たれた3の扉の奥へと、その9秒後扉は自動的に閉鎖。
Oh my god.
さらに81秒が経過し、
The man inside the door passed away.
その後私は何食わぬ顔をして担当の個室へと引き返した。そして午前1時の時報を耳にしてこの大病室に戻ってきたというわけだ。
Jeez. Ace's eyes were cold and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Junpei glared at Ace. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Junpei swallowed and spoke.
シミヤ四つ葉
その通り。
どうしてなぜ殺した
あいつはニルスの妹だ。ニルスから何か聞いてるかもしれない。そう思ったんだよ。
You bastard!
それに、あのガキは1の扉に入ってしまった。ということは、もしかしたら、あれと接触してしまったかもしれない。
あれ
That note!
あれはあれさ。なんなら、1の扉に入って見てきたらどうかね。おそらく、どこかに隠されているはずだ。
Wait, door 1. Seven and Lotus interrupted.
俺とヤシロだって1の扉には入ったぜ。
ええ。だけど、特に怪しいものなんてなかったわ。
だろうな。大階段の前で報告を聞いた時からそうだろうと思っていたよ。君たちはあれを見つけられなかったんだ。多分。だが四つ葉は違うかもしれん。さっきも言った通り、四つ葉はあれと接触した可能性があった。だから私は死に物狂いで彼女を探したんだ。やがてたどり着いた場所は一等船室。果たしてそこに彼女の姿はあった。私は彼女のもとへ近づいていき、おだよ。君はあれに会ったのかね。
あれって何？
とぼけるんじゃない。船長室で会ったんだろう。
さあ、何のこと？
わかった。ところで四つ葉、こんなところで何をしてる？
何って別に。
靴の先に血がついてるな。つい最近ついたもののように見えるが。9番の男の死体でも見に行ったのかね。なるほど。答えないということはどうやら四つ葉。君は気づいてしまったようだね。あの男のバングルがなくなっていることに。
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way.
逃がして！
He caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor hard. She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed at a run. He was faster.
これが四つ葉殺害の経緯だ。
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse or anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show. Seven's whole body trembled with rage, and his voice rumbled with hate. Santa's eyes were bloodthirsty, and Lotus and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
とにかく私の負けだ。乾杯だよ。だが順平君、勘違いしないでくれたまえ。私は君に負けたわけではないぞ。私が敗北を喫した相手とはゼロだ。今思えば、どうしてこんなわかりやすい罠にはまってしまったのかと。自分でも呆れるほどだよ。そう。これは罠だったんだ。私はまんまとゼロの術中にはまり、見事に踊らされてしまったんだ。シャワー室で殺された男。S 音やらが何者なのかはわからない。
Then maybe my theory about Snake being zero was right.
だが、 とにかくあの男にはニルスの服が着せられていた。さらに抵抗を封じるためか、睡眠薬らしきものまで投与されていて、おまけにレッドには抜き取られたはずの基板が突き刺さっていた。どう考えてもゼロが全てを仕組んだとしか思えない。私にあの男を殺させるようゼロがお膳立てを整えたんだ。つまりゼロには全てお見通しだったというわけさ。私がいずれ9番のバングルを回収するであろうことも、
Because you were one of the proprietors of the first Nonary game.
ニルスに対して殺意を抱くであろうことも全部な。
Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he'd found in the safe. He remembered the last words Zero had written on it. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. Zero. And he remembered other words, words he'd heard from Clover.
多分ゼロはこの中に。
One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace. Santa. June. 7. Lotus.
この中にゼロが。いや、待て。
It's Snake.
ニルス。シャワー室で爆死したのは彼ではなかった。つまりニルスはまだ生きている可能性が高いってことだ。
Right.
なら、ニルスがゼロだということだって、十分もしかしたらニルスは自分が死んだかのように見せかけるために、そういう自らの服を着せたのかもしれない。ニルスは今、どこにいるんだ？
He might be in that coffin we saw earlier.
俺たちの様子を伺い、朝笑っているのかもしれない。目ではなく、耳で動向を探る。あるいは、外。
さてと、これで私の告白は終わりだ。そろそろ移動しないかね。
What? He sounds as if he just finished doing nothing more than exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw.
何を寝ぼけたこと言ってんだ！てめえなんざ置き去りにしていくに決まってんだろうが！
なぜ？私が四つ葉を殺したからか？あんなクソガキ一匹殺したぐらいで何をそうムキになる必要がある。
You son of a bitch!
ただの他人じゃないか。ほんの数時間前に会ったばかりの。そうだろ。
この野郎!
Sock him! Punch him! Do it now! Seven roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw. But someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own, and drove it straight into his nose.
いきなりグーとは、いい度胸してるな。
Thank you, Lotus!
だが嫌いじゃないぜ、お前みたいな気の強い女は。
He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
だったらもう一発お見舞いしてあげましょうか。
いや、その前に、もしかしたら私の方からも一発ぶち込む。
え？
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus's back up against him. In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. Fuck! It was a gun. The revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head.
いいか？指先一つでも動かしてみろ。私は迷わず引き金を引く。
Shit.
もうすでに二人も、いや、三人も殺してるんだ。ためらうことなど何もない。
三人ってどういうことですか？
いいだろう。この際だから教えてやろう。 実は9番の男を殺したのも私なんだよ。
Wait a minute, you... Wait a minute. You must have lied to him about how the nonary game works.
正確に言うと爆死するように仕向けただけだな。最初に大階段の付近を探索していた時、あの男はこっそりと私のそばに近づいてきて、その名前には聞き覚えがあった。そのことに気づいた私は奴の耳元に向かってこう囁いた。どうやらデッドの設定が変えられているらしい。
What?
一人で認証を行ってもバングルの起爆タイマーは停止できるようだ。
Oh my god!
後で落ち合おう。お前は先に5の扉の向こうを調べておいてくれ。とね。そして
それじゃあ皆さん、僕は一足お先に失礼させてもらうことにするよ。なんで止まらないんだ。開けてくれ、開けてくれ、頼む。助けてくれ、ここから出してくれ、出してくれ。もうダメだ、手がい聞いてくれ。僕は騙されたんだ。あいつに。
Holy shit.
あの男を始末した理由は4つある。
One.
まずこのノナリーゲームにおいて Q がオールマイティな存在になることはさっきも言った通りだ。そんな都合のいい存在を生かしておいてはいずれ脅威にもなりかねない。そこで私は奴を序盤の段階で排除しておくことにしたのだ。
Two.
そして同じくさっきも言った通り、それが手に入ればこのゲームを有利に展開することができるからだ。
Oh my god, my brain is tossing and turning right now.
そのためには奴に死んでもらわなければならなかった。これが2つ目の理由になる。
Three.
さらに番号云々を抜きにしても、私にとってあの男の存在は邪魔者以外の何者でもなかった。あの男は私の過去、9年前の出来事を知っているからだ。そのことを他の者たちに告げられる前に早めに始末しておく必要があった。
Four.
最後の動機はテストのためだ。
Simple
こ
test?
のノナリーゲームが本気なのか単なる悪ふざけなのか、私はそれを確かめたいと思った。そこで奴がルール違反を犯すように仕向け、その結果を見ることにしたのだ。
Junpei glared at him.
3番目の動機だけ、一体9年前に何があったって言うんだ。
だから言っただろう。ノナリーゲームが行われたんだよ。私が企画して行わせたんだ。
You.
なぜ？目的は何だ？
さあな、そこまで教えてやる義務はない。
Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
ねえ、何なのよこの銃は。一体いつの間にこんなものを。
サンタ教えてやってくれ。
Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace.
6の扉の先、あの貨物室の棺の中にあった銃だな。俺たちが目を離してる隙にこっそりと抜き取ったんだろう。
Shit.
その通り迂闊だったな。置いていくなんて言い出さなければよかったもの。
Ace laughed. a short, derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickeningly pitying look.
さて、時間がない。そろそろ私は失礼させてもらうことにするよ。
どこに行くつもりですか？
決まってるだろう。わからないのかい。私は9番のバングルを持っている。そして今、よし。
9 plus 8 plus 1 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9.
確か礼拝堂みたいな場所に9の扉があったとかなんとかって言ってたな。そこに向かうつもりか。
ああ、よく知ってるな。
Oh my god! That detail from the bad ending! I knew they had to add that for some reason! In the first bad ending I got, they mentioned that Lotus's bracelet was missing! Holy shit!
さっき四つ葉を捜索してる時に聞いたんだよ。サンタから。
なるほどな。まあ、とにかくそういうわけだから、君たちとはここでお別れだ。あった、さっき言ったこと忘れるなよ。少しでも動けば、私は迷わず引き金を引く。
As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
このままじゃ逃げられるぞ。
だが、奴は本気だ。
Junpei, June, and Seven stood frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit.
さあ、ヤシロ、私に代わって扉を開けてもらおうか。
He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more.
それじゃあな。
Then he stepped through the door. Fuck! It fell shut. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others leapt for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob, there was a noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily. Oh, god damn it, not again!
おい、どうしたんだ紫。しっかりしろ。
Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way.
すごい熱じゃないか。大丈夫か。
June's fever had returned, again for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids drooped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps.
私なら大丈夫ですか？それよりもヤシロさんを。
She was breathing hard now and she could barely summon the strength to talk.
でも
Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June alone in the state she was in. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lotus's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei. She managed to muster a weak smile.
私のことなら気にしないでください。ちょっと休めばきっと良くなると思います。ほら、さっきだってその前だってそうだったでしょ。だからお願い、ヤシロさんを。
あの一宮のことだ。おそらく用済みになったらヤシロのことを。
くそ。順平、セブン、紫が回復したらすぐに後を追う。だから。
Junpei looked at June. She nodded once. She couldn't manage much more, but it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was set.
わかった。行こうセブン。一名の後を追うんだ。
おう、了解だ。
サンタ、紫のこと頼んだぞ。ああ。
Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind and start running toward the door. He could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind him. Junpei and Seven exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the metal floor as they ran. Fuck. Junpei and Seven had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
一宮と社は
見当たらないな。
先に進んじまったのか。
He reached up to wipe a palm full of sweat from his brow. Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to the larger of the numbered 9 doors.
レッドを確認するぞ。
The display panel read vacant. He spun around and headed toward the smaller door. This read would tell him if Ace and Lotus had moved to another room.
エンゲージと。入室中。
Shit.
つまり一宮と社はこっちの扉から入ってったってことかい。
らしいな。
Junpei and Seven stepped away from the door. They retreated to the center of the room and began to talk.
どうするよ。
どうするも何も。あっちのでかい方の9の扉は確かに残ってる。だ、
二人じゃどうにもならねえしな。
そうだ。第一、俺たちの数字根は9じゃないし。
Just then, as they were pondering what to do next, somebody's in the fucking coffin. There was a noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel.
なんだ。
Look to the coffin, you fools! Junpei looked up, surprised. Seven followed suit, his eyes jumping around the room, looking for the source of the sound. It wasn't long before they found the altar. Or more precisely, what was on it.
だな。
開けてみよ
どうやって。
う。力ずくで。
無理だろ、どう考えても。
試してみなきゃわからないだろ。
Fair enough.
成功の唯一の条件は99の失敗に対して恐れぬ勇気を持つことだ。
どれの言葉だよ。
忘れた。いいから、とにかく試してみようぜ。
Junpei and Seven leapt at the coffin. They grabbed hold of what purchase they could find and pulled.
そう。
ほらな、やっぱりダメだろ。そう簡単に開くんだったら、こんなもんついてるわけがねえんだよ。
The buttons. Seven pointed at a keypad at the side of the coffin.
ここに番号を入力しないと開かない。そういうことか。
Great. The noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it had only gotten louder and more forceful. What were they supposed to do? Junpei wondered.
何か手がかりになるようなものはないのか。
They stood there for a few moments staring at the coffin, and then Seven spoke.
なあ、ジュンペイ。お前、一等船室のバスルームの前で、妙な数字をつぶやいてたよな。
Maybe that combination.
って、四つ葉が持ってた暗号文を解いたもんだろ。
And I wrote them down to be safe.
真実は去り、とかなんとかっていう。
ああ、そうだが、それが。
もしかしたらその数字が、この装置の暗証番号になってるんじゃねえか。
いや、セブン、それはありえないよ。あの数字は、クローゼットの中にあった金庫を開錠するためのものだったんだ。
だが、あの金庫も、この棺も、用意したのは同じ人物。
ああ、おそらくな。
Then try it!
だったら、同じ暗証番号を設定してるかもしれねえじゃねえか。
そんなバカな。
念のため、試してみたらどうだ。
Damn it.
無
True.
駄だよ。同じなわけない。
なんで言い切れんだよ。やってみなきゃわかんねえだろうが。成功の唯一の条件は99の失敗に対して恐れぬ勇気を持つことだ。
誰の言葉だ。
お前の言葉だよ。
Ah.
分かったよ。
He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he'd repeated them so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind. Quickly, he typed them in. He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment. It worked! There was a click. Who was in the coffin? And with a heavy clunk, the lid of the coffin slid off onto the floor. Someone sat from inside. Snake!
お前、どうして？
ああ、その声は順平くんとセブンだね。
What were you doing in there?
他のみんなはここにはいないのかい？
Of course, there was no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone else would be. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. There was a great deal he needed to know, but they had to tell him something, however, so they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas, and Junpei and Seven explained what had happened to the rest of them.
なるほど。大体理解したよ。
You got some really neat looking clothes. I'm just gonna point that out to you, dude.
他には特に大きなことはなかったんだよね。
No, there was one thing they kept from him. There was one thing, however, that neither Seven nor Junpei could bring themselves to say. That Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might well go insane. They decided as much by a look at the moment Snake had climbed out of the coffin.
しかし、ニルスが閉じ込められた経緯を聞いても、
特にゼロの正体とその意図が全く不明のままだ。なんだってゼロはシャワー室の男にニルスの服を着せたりしたんだ。9年前に行われたというノナリーゲームと何か関係があるのか。
What if Guy X was one of the people who originally made the original Nonary game, and he was basically made less cognitive so that Ace couldn't recognize him? Possibly.
なあ、ニルス。
Junpei put the question to Snake. His answer was less than illuminating.
さあ、何のことだい？僕にはよくわからないな。
Wait, where's his bracelet? It seemed as though Snake was perhaps not being entirely honest, but that knowledge did Junpei and Seven little good.
なあ、いいから教えてくれよ。もういいだろ？
そんなことを言われても知らないものは知らないからね。
No matter how many times they asked, he insisted that he knew nothing. It was becoming clear that Snake wouldn't give in, and every second they spent asking him was a second
まずい
wasted.
な。タイムリミットはもう間もなくだろう。
一刻も早く一宮の後を追わないといけないってのに。
However, they stood in silence, the overpowering atmosphere of the chapel almost stifling. Junpei, Seven, and Snake simply stood, at a loss for what they should do next.
一体どうすればいいんだ？
He glanced over at Snake's wrist. Sure enough, he could see the 2 on the bracelet on Snake's wrist.
今ここにいる3人では数字根は9にはならないね。
ああ、5だな。
つまりこの3人では先には進めないということになるが。
そういや。
Seven began patting his pockets as if he were checking to see if any of them held anything.
どうしたんだい？
いや、実はあることを思い出してな。
あることって？
これだよ。
He'd finally found the pocket he wanted and his hand dove into it. Seven pulled out something round and met... What the? A 0 bracelet? There was no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon eye. Why do you have Zero's bracelet?
セブンは今ゼロのバングルを持ってるっていうのか？
ああ。
そんなもの一体。
Snake's question was innocent enough, but if he learned the truth, if he'd been able to see, he would have noticed Seven look away.
四つ葉からもらったんだ。
四つ葉から？どういう経緯で？
四つ葉はこのバングルを A デッキにある1の扉の先、船長室の中で見つけたらしいんだ。で、かさばるから持っててくれってそう頼まれてな。
Junpei could tell right away that Seven wasn't telling the truth.
あいつはこう言っていた。
中はまだ見てねえ。現場保存は捜査の鉄則だからな。と言いつつ、実は一つだけ拝借させてもらったものもあったりするんだが。
多分それはニルスに四つ葉のことを悟らせないためのもので。
Yeah.
というわけで順平、留守番の方よろしく頼むぞ。
7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9.
ってね、冗談だよ。だが、このゼロのバングルがレッドに認識されるかどうかは一応調べておきたい。ネルソン、ちょっと手を貸してくれ。
Without waiting for a response, he started walking toward the door. Junpei and Snake followed him quietly. Before long, they found themselves in front of the larger of the two doors. Seven and Snake put their palms on the red. Once they'd done that, Seven put the number 0 bracelet on the scanner panel as well. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. 7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 9. Now they just need to pull the lever and the door would open.
なんでだ
What?
開かないぞ。
3つ目のアスタリスクは灯ったから、ゼロのバングルが認識されてないってことはなさそうだが。
ゼロじゃないのかもしれないよ。
What? What do you mean?
なんだって？
そのバングルに割り振られてる数字はゼロじゃないのかもしれない。
What do you mean?
そう言ってるんだ。別の組み合わせで試してみたらどうかな。そうすればそのバングルの本当の数字がわかるかも。
Okay. Junpei nodded. They decided to use the following combination. That's where I'm saving it. And that's where I'm actually going to have to end it. I'm sorry, but I've actually just run out of time. I did not realize what time it was. Oh my god! I don't even know how to process all the information that that was just thrown down just shoved down my throat. Oh my god. Oh my god, it should have clicked in my mind the moment that Santa mentioned how that Ace was connected with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Oh my god. It should have. Oh my god, why didn't it click? Cradle Pharmaceuticals has been involved in this. Oh god. Oh my god, I feel so fucking stupid. How did this not... I'm not even entirely sure what the hell Holy crap! Ace, you son of a bitch! Well, shit! Now I know about him! Okay! Oh shit. No, didn't want to go to that. But I'm gonna have to cut this short. Oh my god. I'm just floored that I didn't fucking see that coming. But anyway, if you guys like this, be sure to let me know because my head hurts. I'm gonna go take some I was gonna say aspirin, but I think I'm just gonna go take some, I don't know. Anything to get rid of my headache right now. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I think part of my brain just kind of dripped out of my ear. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you. I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Holy fuck!